In Delaware County tonight, one family's missing pet pig is at the center of a bureaucratic boondoggle. Action News reporter Brian Taff is live in Ridley Township with all the details. Brian?
And you thought the talk of pork was all in Washington tonight, Jim. You know, there are really two questions at the heart of this story. First, is a pig a pet? Here in Ridley Township, according to code at least, the answer is no. And that brings us to our second question. Where's Steve? This is Steve, a 10-week-old pot-bellied pig. Not your average house pet, but according to Brian McGuire and Bernadette Broadhurst, well, that pig was part of the family.
He's been great. Awesome animal. One of the best. Way better than dogs.
And he should know. Brian already has 2 dogs with which Steve apparently gets along quite well. Right now, these pictures are all Brian has left of his pet pig.
Well, I came out Thursday morning to feed him, and he wasn't there, and I couldn't find him.
Turns out Steve had gotten loose Wednesday night, and someone, perhaps bewildered at a swine sighting, called 911. When police came, they took Steve into custody overnight. The next morning, Brian and Bernadette called police, who informed them, yes, they had Steve, but
Code said that I'm not allowed to have a farm animal. He's a farm animal, and, you know, it doesn't meet code. I said, okay. I said, well, I'll relocate him to a new home.
So Brian set about finding a new place for the pig and called police back this morning. Much to his surprise, though.
They said that they sent him to a farm and don't worry about where it is, and you can't have him.
That's right. The township took it upon itself to send Steve elsewhere. It wouldn't tell Brian or Bernadette where, even though they bought Steve at a pet store and never intended to use the pig for profit or for food, as code defines farm animals. When we called township officials, we were only told his new home is a farm in Reading.
I said, that's my pet. I want to find him home. I want to make sure he's all right. If I can't have him, I want to make sure he's somewhere that he's all right. It shouldn't be your executive decision to move somebody else's property.
Now, I did speak to Delaware County Animal Control earlier tonight. They told me protocol when it comes to pigs and other such farm animals is typically to give the family 48 hours to as much as 30 days to find somewhere else for that animal to live, somewhere outside this area. Brian, by the way, says that's all he wants. Sure, he wants Steve back at home, but not going to get that. He says at least he wants him somewhere safe. We are live in Ridley Township tonight. Brian Taff, Channel 6 Action News. Jim.
Thank you, Brian.